Hi there. Well, it would seem from the Gospel of Philip, the Gnostic Gospel, that you do need to either acquire techniques for opening your spiritual eyes, which are either taught orally by a master to you, or you naturally acquire the ability to see beyond the veil of matter. And it does seem to be fairly explicit about it anyway. But and I think that I made this schema because I wanted to kind of make it plain to me what Stefan Hoyle was saying about the Hermetic path and the Hermetic tradition. We might divide lower and higher consciousness, and we might say that lower consciousness consists of reason and emotion, neither of which are what the Hermetic tradition is actually about. Because from reason you get rationalism, which is a complete denial of all spirituality. From emotionalism you get belief, which is an emotional attachment to some kind of set of belief statements which have been given to you by some kind of church authority, and to which you are attached, which is sort of like the kind of devotional path, I suppose. But riding in between these two extremes, in inverted commas, there is a development of intuition, which is a very special mental faculty for allowing you to penetrate the veil of the abyss and to look beyond the illusion of matter. So the Hermetic path would develop your consciousness and develop your intuition as a mental faculty to the nth degree, to enable you to prepare to receive gnosis. So it's not actually that you're acquiring some kind of Gnostic power. It's just that you are opening your psychic vehicles to the possibility of gnosis, so that when it comes, you know what you're looking at, you know what you're experiencing. And this would seem to go beyond faith, beyond emotional attachment to belief, and certainly beyond reason and rationalism. But it also occurred to me that in a way intuition is almost the resolution of reason and emotionalism. I mean, it doesn't belong to either category. It's of its own category. But it seems to sort of, if emotion is salt and reason is sulfur, then intuition would be mercury, and somehow you're resolving two opposites. You're resolving a duality of salt and sulfur through the action of mercury, to put it in alchemical terms. Anyway, so having opened your spiritual eyes to gnosis, you then receive gnosis, which is almost inevitable. It's almost bound to happen. Once you are trained, or once you've acquired openness to gnosis, it's almost inevitable that it's going to happen. So it seems like you've caused it to happen, whereas in fact you've just enabled it to happen. But in fact, it's already there. I mean, awareness of the ineffable is actually already there. You just didn't know you had it before. So the Hermetic path enables you to become aware of something that you already knew, which is a wonderful concept to have, I think. So then you come open to the truth, and you sort of jump in to the ineffable realm. You jump in from the material track to the spiritual track, and from dualism to non-dualism, to put it in Eastern terms. And I've got here that the ineffable is beyond all concepts, which is itself a concept. And that I was saying would connect to reason. So intuition is not divorced from reason, because reason has already come up with the fact that the ineffable realm is beyond all concepts, but that is itself a concept. So intuition is leaning more towards reason than it is to emotion, actually. I mean, intuition is a sort of kind of a pseudopodium, a kind of budding off, a kind of refining of reason, in actual fact. Instead of reason going into rationalism, which is the denial spirituality, reason is actually being tuned, high-tuned, to become more than itself. So it's got sort of super reason, if you like. So intuition could be a subcategory of reason, which the Hermetic path initiates you into and propels you into, and you become more and more intuitive and more receptive to the Gnostic truth. And and this has nothing to do with emotion belief, because you can believe anything you like, and you can be emotionally attached to any belief, but that doesn't make it true. Whereas the tuning of intuition, the sublimation or the refinement of intuition, which that does open you to the truth, and intuition is a part of reason, and reason is also about perceiving the truth and inducing the truth, and induction and deduction are also part of reason. But instead of going completely rationalist, you become sort of rationalist about, you use your reason to penetrate the veil of the abyss and not emotion. But then there's also that thelemic idea, of course, of emotion being sort of saddled to reason, like love unto will formula. So there's that as well. So I think, intuition is sort of emotion and sort of reason combined together, as I've said, to create this kind of third force, if you like, and to get away from this kind of binary schism or binary setup of emotion versus reason. So there's a unity of emotion and reason, and from that unity or intuition, you can perceive the ineffable realm, the realm of unity, and you transcend this realm of duality. So that's kind of the schema that I think Stefan Heuler is referring to when he taught. All his lectures seem to be based on that, and in which case, intuition is a very subtle force, a magical force, if you like, when I put it in metaphorical terms. But it's just that and also intuition is also something which is pretty indescribable as well, and perhaps beyond all concepts. But that in itself is a concept, so that even the categorization of intuition comes from reason. As Crowley would say, the aim of religion, the method of science. Religion would take you this way into a pure emotionalism, and reason would take you to pure science. But magic, transcendental magic, it takes you sort of into the essence of both at the same time, unites them, and then opens you up to a reality which neither emotionalism, belief, nor reason or rationalism can possibly open you up to. So that's kind of a very, that's the basis, I suppose, the foundation of the Hermetic path, the foundation in relation to Gnosticism. And that's the connection with Hermeticism with Gnosticism, as far as I understand it anyway.